Hello everybody and welcome to the Astroflower. This is going to be a mid-April collective reading and it's also going to be all signs time-stamped at the end. I'm only going to be putting 3 cards and to see how each sign sort of interacts with the general reading. This is going to be mainly focused on the 11th through to the 21st of April, simply because it came up in the collective reading for April, and it's come up in the weekly readings as well, which you can find on our channel for each sign. And so it'd be interesting to sort of see what's going on there for this. There is the solar eclipse as well, which is coming out which is happening on the 20th of April, and I will be doing a reading for that because it'll be a 6-monthly reading through to the next eclipse, solar eclipse, up in October, following in this year. So thank you very much for being here. Let's hope you get a really good reading. I am just going to quickly have a look at the chakras and the auras of the collective, as it were. Okay, I've been away, so I haven't been technically able to do this really. Well, I have been able to do it technically for me to feel the chakras, but to film it and all is a bit more sort of difficult. So let's just get in here. The root chakra really seems like, I haven't seen it this big for a long time, actually. And then we got the sacrum here. This is fully open now. So there is a lot of personal desires, and we see this within the collective as well. So everyone seems to be concentrated on their own desires, as it were. You know, this can be converted into the collective desire. But a lot of people do seem to be focused on sort of me scenario, which is okay. But at the same time, there's limits to everything. There's limits to the collective as much as there's limits to the individuals. So, you know, that sacrum is really open. This is all about basic desires. These are sort of fundamental desires more than anything else. Let's just see what's going on the solar plexus. Yeah, that seems to be a lot wider now. The transition seems to be coming into place. The heart is most definitely transforming as well. And this is all to do with that pole shift. I've been following it since for the past sort of like 4 months within your chakra systems. Within our chakra systems, we've seen the changing. I started on with the fusing of the heart and the solar plexus. That seems to be coming to fruition now. Really does seem to be coming to fruition. And the heart's really nice. It's coming on to heart's desires. Now, this is a very potent energy. When you've got your sacrum that's really finely tuned on the individual desires, but then you've also got the heart desires, which are also focusing in on our own personal heart's desires as well. So the sacrum is about the fundamental desires, and the heart chakra is about the heart's desires. So fundamental is I'm hungry. The heart's desires is I would like a cheese sandwich or a bit of cake, something like that. You know, it's giving it a little bit more sort of definition, and it comes much more as a personal sort of thing to it. Everything seems to be really chunky and really solid. This is the best way to describe it. Everything seems to be solid. Everything seems to be in its place. It's really quite interesting. Let's just see what's going on the third eye and the throat chakra. Well, that's pivoting as well. And this could be that changing logic. This could be that logical revolution that's happening. So, you know, if your third eye is your third eye and your throat chakra is actually the same chakra. It's just a U bend chakra like that. It's in the shape of a U. So you got the front and the back, but we call them the third eye and the throat chakra, but it's actually the same chakra. And normally being on top of each other like that is actually now starting to pivot to like that. It's almost as if like the communication and the expression is coming into line with the logic, and the two are sitting side by side. And this is what could be happening over this period here. The crown chakra, it's very small compared, certainly with the root chakra seems to be taking the most amount of energy here. The root and the crown is the same chakra as well. It's just that's the front, that's the back. Or that's the front, that's the back, depending on how you look at things. And the crown chakra there, it's like a big lotus lily pad. So it's very wide, but it's very flat, and it's containing a lot of stuff, a lot of emotions, basically. But there is also a degree of crystalline sort of earth, so it's very practical as well, and it's a large practical sort of aspect to it, which appears to be feeding that logical sort of that logical sensation, or that logical idea of logical revolution, sort of or evolution, as sort of the idea that you know, what's been presented to us through big businesses, governance, you know, religions, just doesn't seem to sort of stack up anymore. And you know, this is what I've been saying in the monthly. As you know, it seems like people are just going to kind of be going, well, it doesn't really work, you know. And it's almost as if like they're getting caught on their own tangled rope, as Bob Dylan would say. Let's just see what's going on in on our collective aura. So in the pivotal point in the middle, and let's just see where that energy is running to. That's definitely running to that. Yeah, and that's, so we're playing on the third eye and the throat chakra, and also the sacrum. And these two are opposites. They're not connected, apart from, you know, the fact that it's within your energy system. But they do work in tandem, as much as the heart and the solar plexus works in tandem, and then obviously the crown and the root work in tandem. But well, the crown and the root is one, but you know, you get these sort of like, you know, a tandem effects going on, and it seems like the energy is going to that sort of side there. And in the middle of the aura, we're just trying to timestamp this here. So you're looking around about I think the 19th. The 16th to the 19th, around that period there, it seems like there's going to be something that's imposed upon us, but it's got a point on it, as if it's like kind of going, it doesn't cut the grade. And I think this point is going to be the most poignant bit of it all. Yeah, it's like a razor blade that's cutting through the rubbish. Almost like an ace of swords in a way, just cutting through things and sort of saying, no, this is the new opportunity. This is a fresh start. This is the different way of doing it. So yeah, it seems like, you know, it's going to be playing a lot on our fundamental desires and on our heart's desires, but also on the logical of how we actually position ourselves in this whole sort of thing, sort of scenario. Let's just get in here. I will quickly go through it. Overall energies, karmic messages, relationship side, financial side or material side, how the universe influences, how our past selves influence us, how our future selves influence us, and what is the general outcome. I will be doing a reading, as I say, for the eclipses. Now, there's a solar eclipse on the 20th, and there will be another eclipse on the 5th of May, I think, which is to do with the lunar eclipse. So, you know, I will be doing readings for them. There'll be 6 month readings as well, for individual signs and the collective. Let's just see what's going on the overall energies. Aha! A celebration. This could be the idea that we're getting to know one another. We're getting this logical ideas is going to make connecting with people a lot easier, because there's some people that's going to get it and there's some people that aren't going to get it, and the people that do get it, you're going to connect with regardless of signs. And the overall energy is sort of like, you know, come together right now over me sort of scenario. You know, it's quite nice actually. It's a lovely type of energy flowing through there. Okay, on the relationship side, we've got the Seven of Swords, playing smart. This is that whole aspect of, you know, connecting with the people that are logical around you. And this is what playing smart's about. Don't try and wake people up. Don't pander to it. Don't be horrible to people ever. You know, there's no point walking on anybody. But at the same time, it may be a case of, you know, letting people go who just don't get it. You know, who just haven't got that sort of logical sort of thing going on. You know, already I can feel this 16th, 19th thing coming through there. Let's see what that is. Well, we got the two of wands. So the two of wands is the accomplishment. After the accomplishment, there's a whole new, fresh world to discover. So if you imagine you're discovering everything in the world, like the land, all the animals, all the trees and everything like that, and then you realise, oh, there's oceans to discover now. And it's like this whole sort of thing where we've done something. This is what the universe is sort of saying. We've got to a certain level. Now let's take it further and let's discover what's going all on around us. So we'll be clarifying with the other cards here. Knight of Cups. This is it. I can feel it coming in here. This is this offering coming in here within relationships. I think this is an offering of new relationships, of socializing, of connecting with people in a way that the logic rings true to you. And you've got the Knight of Swords as well, and we're going on a mission. And this is for the collective. And on the relationship side, it's that playing smart, that karmic message there is really connecting to people that have understood, that have got it, that they know that they're in that logical evolution, that we're moving forward. We're moving on to a new way of being, a new dimension, basically. Let's just see what's going on the material side of life. Queen of Pentacles, assurance. This is also very much a card of knowing. The Queen of Pentacles, she's surrounded by like the tree of knowledge around her. She's got that pentacle. It's like she has the renewal within her grasp, and she knows where she's going. She's not really sort of worried too much about life, but she's staying calm and collective about things. And that's what I think we've got to do. Stay calm and collective, because we should know where we're going with this new way of new currency, which is respect between people within the workspace. It looks really nice. And we got the Nine of Cups. Now that has been coming up for everybody. That came up in the monthly reading loads as well. And these opportunities are here for us. These opportunities are here for us to take. And I think we have almost been participant in the creation of this. And this evolutionary step as we're going forward. And we got the Chariot. It's all coming in, especially in this section here. It's really coming in quite quickly, as I say. This is between the 16th and the 19th. We're going to get a little clarification on it. What is it pertaining to? I think it's the changing economic environment. I think this is what is happening. When we get an economic situation, yes, it may be painful. Yes, it may be complicated. But what it does do is throws out a lot of space very quickly for a lot of bright ideas and a lot of ways of doing things. And I think this is coming through on the financial side, is coming through and following your heart's desires. I think it's much more on the material world than it is on the relationship or the emotional side. And it's coming in very quickly. It's coming in. Our past is almost set us up so we can actually get these victories or progress on this logical path of doing things differently. And it could signal the end of the woes of the world. You know, I've been to East Africa and West Africa, actually. And I love Africa. It's a beautiful continent with absolutely beautiful people. And I believe that they can, you know, Africa has a real opportunity to show the rest of the world how we do this. And we can all sit and watch and learn. this could be a really beautiful moment for Africa. I believe it, and it's like it's going to be built out of respect, almost tradition in a way. And you know, people talk about sort of like sending money over to Africa and everything like that. I think it's better to actually invest in Africa. If you want Africa to come, you know, to develop, you've got to help them to go through pretty much a similar sort of process that the West, or the, you know, even China's been through the Industrial Revolution. We've seen that over the last sort of 25, 30 years, and they've really come up. And the same thing can happen to sort of Africa and stuff like that. So rather than complaining about Africans coming over to your country and stuff like that, why don't you make Africa such an amazing place that you'd want to go and live there? I've already been looking at houses, actually, funny enough, in East Africa. Love it. Really love it. But anyway, that's me being my bonnet. So yeah, I think it's coming in quickly. I think it's coming into to fruition. And our future selves are saying, yeah, we've got to hold strong on this point. You don't necessarily have to fight. I think it's a case of defending moral values by living them. And these victories here will almost encourage other people to do this, as we got the Knight of Swords on this side, which I didn't really speak about, actually, funnily enough. But Knight of Swords is that sort of like that call to a mission that is really, it's that knight that's going on. So no, you know, it's on a crusade in a way. And I think that's what's coming out on the 19th. There seems to be like a bit of a pushback, and we've got to stand firm within that logic. What's the overall outcome for it? The Seven of Cups, the evident path, basically, of where we should be going. And I think this is not necessarily fighting. I think this is standing together in a way that it becomes evident that, you know, this is where we got to go. It's a bit like Gandhi, and it became evident he was just going to take apart the British Empire just because of the way his demeanour, the way he started that whole sort of first they ignore you. Thank you, Ganesh. First they ignore you, and then they make fun of you, then they fight against you, then you win. So it seems that's what's coming out here within this sort of reading. Let's just see if there's what we get in the way of a collective sort of the clarification of this. Yeah, I think this is walking away from the old world and walking towards the new one. Now, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And walking towards other people, connecting with other people that is, you know, homing in on that same logic as yourself. We got the Chariot again, playing smart, allowing things to go quickly. And these are pretty quick cards on this side. And it's making decisions quickly, I think. That's what we're going to be doing collectively. We're going to be moving on. We're not going to be, it's going very fast at the moment, you know, but I think it's going to be going so fast that we don't have time to stop and think about scenarios. We just make a logical decision. This is where the logical revolution is going to really come into play. A rite of passage. This is where we were sort of saying there is so much more to discover and so much more to do. And this is where the universe is feeding into it. Excuse me a second. Look what just jumped out. The rite of passage is taking us towards that happiness and sunshine with that Knight of Cups, which is, you know, a lot of opportunities. And I think this is what ties into the Three of Cups. If you're approaching this logical thing sort of and feeling confident about it and feeling really happy about the scenario and the situation, yeah, I think you're going to be in a position where, you know, the offerings of friendship and stuff like that, these new friendships through the logic, is really going to come true. Ace of Swords. That's what I said. This is what this section has got about it. It's got that point, that razor blade, which is cutting through the rubbish. And like that Knight of Swords, is just like you know, making it clear water between the old world and the new world. And some people might feel a little bit lost. So, you know, they may need may need help. And this is where, as we head down this logical path, we're going to start creating this new world, this new paradigm. This is where we come into the eclipse now. And I think from the eclipse, it's going to be obvious the direction we should be taking. And that's what the Seven of Cups is all about. Let's just see what's going on the karmic mission for this side here. Tough decisions to be made. I don't think there's tough decisions to be made. I think there's basically just your logic to be following. So I think here is almost sort of saying, no, there isn't decisions to be made. It's more of a case of sort of saying, feel that security of knowing who you are and what you should be doing and where you should be going. If you feel that, you're really going to be sort of kicking some ass, as it were, you know what I mean, and doing well in the world. Because you will have this steady, progressive, advancing, demeanor that's going to affect everything that is around us. You know, feeling absolutely secure in what we do. So let's just see what's going on with this Nine of Cups. What's these gifts that are coming in? Gifts of love. And this is the new way of working. This is the new economy. I think the new economy is going to be based on making sure everybody's okay. It doesn't necessarily mean everybody's going to earn the same amount of money, because that would be, it doesn't work that. Competition is really important throughout the whole of nature's system. It's really important, and it doesn't necessarily mean beating the other person. I think here is because if we do have intelligence as humans, we must realize that actually competition is going to breed excellence. And if that excellence is then shared amongst everybody, all of a sudden we're going to be in a place where everybody's going to be in a good space. Now, let's see what this Chariot's bringing in here. You know, both of it is orientating via the happiness and sunshine and stuff like that. Temperance. Temperance is as I say, you know, often people say temperance is a card of patience. But then why are we patient? What are you patient for? You're patient for things to really kick in. And I think in this part of it, and this is the midsection of the week as well, and this is our past side self as well, we have been patient for this, and now it's kicking off. It's now time to allow that sunshine to push us forward and move into the unknown, and just allow that unknown to be addressed in a very logical way, which will take us and inspire collectives much further than we have within the system that we actually operate at the moment. Because that's probably what needs to change. From the Seven of Wands, you've got the Eight of Wands. Absolutely brilliant. So it's a real progression of standing firm within yourself and just repeating the logical aspect of it all. The logical message that comes through you within the collective world, because it will change things very, very quickly. What's this evident path all about? Two of Cups. Love and happiness. Love and happiness. That's what it's all about, people. We've really got to get into this. It's going to be absolutely beautiful coming out in that end of that week. I do just want to try and see if I can get anything more on this transition period here. Now, is it, is it concerned with technology or the earth or money? So let's go for money. Is it concerned with money? Two of Cups. It is a bit. I think this is the emotional part of the money. I think that's what it's trying to say here. What about the technology? Is that playing a role? Yeah, we're still waiting and not ready to let go and allow technology to sort of like be the destiny. And the other side was sort of money. What was it? Money, sort of technical or nature. This goes into this creation side here, that we're on that mission and we're creating this new world, and the new world as well within the environment is being created with us. Let's just see what's going on the emotional front. Let's just see if it's to do with relationships, yes, concentrating on the relationships, getting inspired by the relationships that are around you, infused and really sort of happy and bubbly. On sort of like the moral sort of side, this is going to provide a lot of questioning, a lot of ideas about how we do things morally within our relationships and everything like that. How does it work on the physical sense, the relationships between us? A little bit difficult. I can understand that. I can understand that, because it's almost as if we're sounding each other out again, like we're getting to know each other again. And that's what it seems to be hitting in that period there. I think the economy is going to, it's going to set up in a way that we're going to start really looking after one another. And it doesn't necessarily mean giving money to others and stuff like that. It's just, it could be even kind of sort of someone turning around kind of going, if let's say like 4 people that work for a company said, look, I'm willing to give up, 15% of my time, of my work, and these other 4 people as well. So then all of a sudden we can employ another person, part-time, to try and help other people into a good situation. And I think that's what's coming out in that sort of section there. The technology side, I think people are still very wary of it. And I think that's going to be a sticking point for us. And the material and the environmental side is, the environment is going to change because we're going through this pole shift, and it's going to develop further with us as we go. And we have to adapt to this new energy environment. We've seen this with the Aurora Borealis that's coming really far south. I think it came down into Florida, if I'm not mistaken, last month, and also in the southern UK and the northern part of France. It did it twice there in 1 month in the UK. That's a real new thing that's going on. It's not that it's never happened before, but not that frequently, and they're not with those energies from the sun that is a lot lighter. On the relationship side, I think the physical side there is it's going to be difficult to sort of connect in a physical sort of sense, simply because we're getting involved in sharing the ideas, and I think it's going to be very much more an expressive sort of thing between the spirit and the emotions here. That's what's going to be playing on the that sort of front. It could well be also on the relationship side that the physical aspect of relationships will be saying goodbye to any stress and strains that we've been having within that sort of section of our lives as a collection, to do with physical aspects between one person and another, basically. And I think it's getting rid of that. So yeah, there you go. Let me just do a quick sort of card reading for each sign. As I say, this will be time stamped for you. So it will be time stamped in the description below. We'll start off with Aries and go all our way through all the signs. So yes, thank you very much for being here. I just want to see how each individual sign connects with this reading. So as I said, let's just we're going to start off with well, I'm obviously onto my travel pack here, so I'm going to start off with Aries. So hello Aries, welcome, and let's just see what's going on here. Let's just see what's on the relationship side. There you go, you got that 4 of Pentacles. I think that's where that physical aspect comes in. You're not the most, should we say, tactile of person. It's not it's not that you don't have tact. It's not that. You're not very touchy-feely. Generally, it's not your sort of thing. You have to be very relaxed for it to be touchy-feely, And I think this is where that whole sort of physical side comes into it. What is going on? There you go. I think it is saying goodbye to the woes and worries of life. What's that card there? There is a card that's messing around. The 7 of Cups, which we saw up there as well. So yeah, I think it's a sort of like, I think Aries, your best position in regards to relationships with everybody. These cards are now jumping. with regards to everybody that is around you. I think it's a case of wait and see. And this is your prudent side, you know, your very reserved side coming out within the relationships that are around you. These cards will not stop jumping. Let's just get one more out of this, and with 7 of Cups. We're back to the 7 of Cups. That came out early on. That was up the other way around. It was just destined to come out, and you're going to follow that obvious logical path going forward. And I think that's going to help a lot of people around you. It's going to help you loads, because you're not going to get stressed and strained by the emotions that may be going through during this period, and you're going to be one of these signs that are just kind of going, and that's the path, and I'm following it. Let's just see what's going on the material side. Ace of Wands, out with the old and in with the new inspirational ideas, very passionate about how to do things, interconnect with one another. On the material front, you've got the Ace of Swords reflecting on that side as well. Obviously on this side here is go for it. We're coming out of Aries season within this there. Happy birthday to anybody in Aries that got that. And it's out with the old, in with the new. And the Ace of Swords is those new inspirational ideas, almost victories, almost sort of, yes, we got it. And it's through good quality work. And that's what you will be looking for. And that's how you can best serve the going future. Let's just pick one card for the overall outcome for how you connect into it. We're coming back to there. I think this is no choice. I think there is a choice in the fact that, yes, I'm choosing this logical direction. And once you open up your eyes and see around, it's going to dispel a lot of those fears and woes and worries about life. And that's what you got to trust in yourself going forward. Trust in this logical revolution. So there you go, Aries. Thank you very much. I will, obviously, you've got your weeklies coming out at the end of the weekend on Saturday. So, you know, lovely to have you here. Thank you very much for your support, and I will see you there for that. Right, moving on from Aries to Taurus. How you doing, Taurus? Moving into your birthday season with this. It sort of comes into your birthday season. And you've got all the eclipses this year in your birthday season. So, very interesting. Let's just pull some cards to see what's going on. Let's see what's going on the relationship side, how you sort of connect with all of that. King of Swords. With all this movement of these knights going on, this call to the mission, these connecting with people, these offerings of friendships, you know, you're going to be standing in regards to the relationships that are around you and the collective. You're going to be standing in a position almost of authority, as if you've got this calm about you, I feel. Yeah, and it's good quality work that you're doing with connecting with other people. This is where you come into your own, basically. You're really starting to shine, and you've got that chariot. So we've got 3 chariots out for here for you. Really moving on quickly, really connecting with people. Networking is obviously a really good thing, or socializing more than anything else. But it is connecting with everyone that is around you within that happy space, and realizing, you know, because Taurus, you've got this very good herd mentality sort of scenario where you do look after everybody, but, you know, you're still sitting in that position of authority with that King of Swords. And with that sort of like making sure everybody's okay or connecting with a lot of people, it's going to make, it's almost like the glue that holds this all together, you'll be. Let's see what's going on the financial side. The Ace of Swords, you're one of those workers. You know, you really work hard, Taurus, and obviously you've worked it out, and you're seizing on these new opportunities within the environment, the changing environment that is around you. This is socializing again. It's gonna. I think you're gonna be on fire during this period. You're gonna really love it. It's gonna set you up beautifully for your birthday season coming up. Going into the 4 of Wands, going through into the new portal, and you're loving this, I think, financially or within the material world, this transition that we're going to be seeing between the 11th and the 21st. And then you've got the Knight of Swords again, which is reflecting this. You're really being called on your mission here. I think you're going to wake up during this period to sort of realize that, yes, this is who I am and this is what I can do. And you're gonna get this sense of real power as well, that you're really moving on, and you know you're coming towards your calling. It's really nice. It's really nice. There you go, Taurus. Thank you very much. I don't forget your weekly reading that will be coming out on Thursday night. I will see you there for that. Thank you very much for being with us and showing your support and all of that malarkey. Lovely to have you here. Right, so let's just get on to Gemini. Gemini. Let's see what's happening for you. Let's just do a bit of a shuffle factor on the travel pack. Let's see what's going on here. So let's just see what's going on the relationship side to start with. See what's happening there. How are you going to be interconnecting in it? You're in your autumn period. You got the same as Taurus here. You know, you in your autumn period, and I think this is that. This is pretty much you. It's that authority of how to do things to get to the highest high. You know, he's sitting on top of a mountain. He's had to get up there, and when he's up there, all of a sudden, that's through his own judgment and clarity of vision. This is what that calling to a mission is for him. Yeah, I think it's being your best. I think it's where you're going to be moving into that processing. Does it mean fighting with other people? That's not what I get off it. I get much more of a learning curve. It's more of a learning to how to defend yourself in a way, more than fighting. And defending yourself is by making your light shine, being the best example of yourself. The Nine of Pentacles, it will be, if you be the best of yourself, if you really try, or if you just try to shine your energy, and through very logical sort of judgmental, but not judgmental on other people, just you having judged your situation, and you'll find your going future with that Three of Wands as well. Just waiting for it to all to happen, but having that process of connecting with other people, shining and being the best example of yourself will produce a lot of possibilities with you. Within the material side of life, you've got the Three of Pentacles. Good quality work with other people that are around you. That's really nice. And a new cycle coming up. As we come into the Taurus season, you're still within your winter period, but this seems to be sparking a new revolution that is within you. And if you want that to happen, maybe it's a case of not accumulating too much. But at the same time, is when you're working with people, this is where you may be taking on a lot of stress and strain for the collective. And I wouldn't take on too much. Just be a little bit wary about that. You know, when you work and you've got that quality of work, you will be attracting other people who are very complementary to what you work as in life, and it's going to bring a real change in the way you do things. Let's just see what the overall outcome is. Page of Wands, Page of Swords. It jumped out earlier on, the Page of Swords. Those bright ideas that need to be converted into a logical, progressional, clear explanation of ideas. That's what the Page of Swords is all about. Getting that clarity where you can really build into that Knight of that King of Swords, calling onto your mission, and really, I think being that person who's slightly disconnected with the social, with the outside world, and so then therefore you can see things a lot clearer, and you can be that person that can come in and interject in the collective and say, well, if we've got this idea, this is how we can put it into place. Getting that processing going on. Now, there you go, Gemini. Thank you very much for being with us. Don't forget you have your individual weekly reading coming out for you. It'll be coming out on Friday. So I will see you over there for that. Thank you very much for being here and supporting this channel and everything like that. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Right, moving on from Gemini, we're going to be moving on to Cancer. Cancer. Time to move, time to be springing into action, and I think you've been seeing on your weekly readings, and this is going to force you into the next level. I think it's going to be really nice. Let's just see what's going on with your relationship sides. Let's just see what's happening there. We've got the first King of Swords. Now, that's the third time it's come out. You've seen I've been shuffling. It's the third time it's come out in a row. So it is owning the situation, owning your destiny. It is a logical direction that you're taking in accordance to how you've judged the situation within your life and how it connects with other people that is around you. Other people have been getting the Nine of Swords here as well. I think this is letting go of the old past, finally feeling at home with the collective, rather than having to position yourself so the collective feels a lot easier. And owning it. Really powerful cards there. Very, very powerful cards. Let go of the past, man. The moment you let go of the past, all of a sudden, the Emperor is someone who's conquered their own energies, conquered their own emotions, conquered their own physical realm. That's their empire. That's your individual empire. And with that sort of conquering, you can really sort of like lay out the the energies and the vibrations in the collective world that is around you, and really taking on a position of authority by the looks of things. Let's see what's going on your material side. Nine of Wands, so that comes in, probably plays into there. Not going backwards, always going forward. And the Nine of Wands is kind of sort of those Eight of Wands which she's standing behind, is almost sort of saying that's the past, that's the messages from the past that I've understood from the past, and this is the one that I'm taking on going forward. Two of Cups, and you're going to be going towards that unification of of you and your higher self, basically, and feeling an absolute satisfaction within your workspace, and walking away from the old, you know, you might be one of the signs that literally just says, be the first sign that says, well, we're walking away from that and we're walking towards something newer. Let's just see what the overall outcome is for you. Temperance, and this is where it comes into there. Time for action for you more than anything else. I'm going to take a cup of tea. Excuse me. Moving into action, I think. But knowing, this is the thing about the Temperance card. It's knowing when to act and when not to act. And this is why I think you're going to be it's going to give you that enormous amount of power. With those healthy boundaries, emotionally and on the relationship side, that's where your power is going to come from. And as you walk away from the old paradigm and into the new one and into the new material world, that's when that power will be transferred into your everyday life. And you will then know when to push and when not to push. And that's going to help everything to advance in a very sustainable and you know, constant rhythmical sort of fashion to it all. There you go, Cancer. Thank you very much for being with us. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope that's going to help you get a clarification of how you position yourself in this new world around from the 16th to the 19th. Well, anyway, going between the 11th to the 21st, this is what this is all about. So, and your weekly reading will be coming out on Saturday, so I will see you there for that. Thank you very much for being here. Don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Okay, moving on to Virgo. Virgo. Let's just see how you connect to this in the relationship side. See how you collect into this sort of like changing aspect of between the 11th and the 21st. and that eclipse thing that's coming, the solar eclipse that's coming through. The Six of Cups. For me, the Six of Cups is not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It's learning from the past, enjoying those memories, seeing how you can bring those memories into the modern day, into your here and now, of being a little bit childlike in a way, and very gift-like as well. And I think this is where you're going to be helping the collective a lot, because that's what you do and you're really good at it. It's making people realize not to throw away the good stuff as well as we go into this new paradigm. With that Nine of Cups, which comes in from this side as well, I think this is helping you. You might well be the message. You might well be that gift to your collective around you, because you're going to be bringing in things to this logical revolution of how to help people sort of progress on and move on to a whole bright and beautiful beautiful new world that is around us. And it's going to make you very passionate about it. And with that passion, you're going to be able to feed the relationships that are around you. And you're going to be able to help the community that is around you. And this could be friends, family, you know, your own couple, or, you know, you're just the community that you live with as well. Let's see what's going on the material side. Harmony and justice. Okay, so feeling at one with your job, your business, and your projects, and everything like that in this changing world where we move into a currency based upon respect. I think this is going to make you feel that you don't have to try so hard, or you don't have to prove anything to everybody within your workspace. You just have to feel good about who you are, the understanding that you have, the knowledge that you have in your field, and just go ahead and do it and live it. The Seven of Cups, just heading towards your evident path as you go forward. And I wouldn't look too much from left to right here. And maybe that's what that Two of Swords is all about. I wouldn't look too much from left to right. Don't get pulled from pillar to post with other people's ideas here. Stay on your path here. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, concentrating and focusing your energy on your path and the things that are on the here and now in front of you, and it's going to get things advancing as things change around us. You're going to be able to sort of do this logical, progressional, steady steps going forward within the material world without feeling threatened or having to prove yourself. That is a really important message that keeps coming out. The overall outcome there, Eight of Swords, I think it's a case of walking away from the old and walking towards the new. I think you're going to feel that you're no longer karmically obliged to serve a lot of people or a lot of things anymore. You're going to feel freed from that obligation, basically. And that's going to be a beautiful place to be. It's going to help a lot of people around you. Okay, so there you go, Virgo. Thank you very much for being here. Don't forget, we have got your weekly reading that does come out on the Friday. I will see you over there for that. And then obviously we'll have your the collective solar eclipse reading next week as well, and the individual solar eclipse readings, which will be a 6-monthly reading. Okay, so thank you very much for being here and joining the Astroflower family. Don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Okay, moving straight on to Libra. Libra, my lovely Librans, how are you doing? This should work well for you, actually, because you've got that sort of logic within you. You're very logical. You've got that beautiful mental energy. Sometimes it can be detrimental to you. Obviously, you can overthink things way too much and then talk yourself out of something very much as talk yourself back into it, you know. So this logical sort of like progression that you're having, yeah, it's a new start for you, I think, with this logic, with this Ace of Pentacles. it's a new connection with this socializing with people that are around you, because I think it's going to take a bit of pressure off you, socializing and connecting with people, and making it, with that logic, it's going to make things a lot less pressured within you. Yeah, Eight of Cups coming up again. Walking away from the old world and walking to the new one. And I would literally lift up your head, because there seems to be good offerings coming in for you. Yeah, it is a bit of a leap of faith. And you don't like that, really. You like to know what's going on. And you will know what's going on if you feel it, you know, and just walk towards it and realize this is a longer path, and feeling at ease with the people that are around you. On your financial side, or your material side, or with the material thing of what's going on here, I think you're going to really enjoy this idea of life is built upon respect. You love that idea, I think. The new currency being respectful to each other and respecting everybody's good quality work. Yeah, this is the side that's going to, I think this is the side you're going to walk away from your emotional sort of complexities that you've had before that may have caused you stress and strains and stopped you from advancing, and you're almost going to be following your material side much more as it brings forth new possibilities, and you're going to do really well. As I said, I think this new logical revolution is going to suit you right down to the ground, actually, and you're going to come into your superpower, as it were. And you're going to be really, really quick about it. And I think this Chariot card will be good for you. It will serve you a lot, basically. Let's just see what the overall outcome is for you. The Three of Wands. I think you don't have to run everywhere anymore. You know, run after things. I think things will start coming to you as you start walking away from any sort of like emotional sort of baggages or any sort of illogical relationships that no longer work for you. All of a sudden, as you really sort of investigating that material side of life and your job and your business and stuff like that, all of a sudden you're going to find yourself in a place where life is going to come to you. It's going to be really nice. So yeah, there you go, Libra. Thank you very much for being here and being part of the Astroflower family. Your individual weekly reading will be coming out on Saturday as well. So I will see you over there for that. Don't forget, we do have the solar eclipse reading next week, and that's going to be a 6-month reading as well. So I will see you over there for that. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Okay, moving on from Libra, we're going to be moving on to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, how are you doing? It's been a bit of an up and down for you, I think, over the past sort of like few weeks. Maybe over the last month and a half, really. A lot of up and down sort of stuff. But let's just see how you tie into this new logical revolution that's happening here. Thank you very much for being here and being part of the Astroflower family. Love you dearly. New opportunities. The fruits are ripe for you. I think this is where you've been. It's been difficult over the last few weeks. Might have been within your relationships or within your financial sort of side. It's created a situation, though, that you now know what fruits are good for you. And you will now know the relationships, what is good for you. And if you concentrate on them, you know, you're going to be heading off towards that Ace of Cups. That's what that's all about. Don't look in the past. That's what it's saying. And I think I've been saying this for you for quite a few weeks here. So don't look into the past, look into the future within your relationships. Connect with people with that happiness and joy and that Ace of Cups sort of energies as it goes into. So you got another Four of there and a Four of Swords. I think if you do head towards this this Ace of Cups sort of thing of bringing your heart to meet the heart of the rest of the world that is around you, it's going to bring you a lot of sort of sensation of security and feeling at home with the people that are around you. And as I say, that you've built this, you've got that Nine of Pentacles, which is going to realize the fruits that are going to that are ripe for you within your relationships and what are not, which is also really important. In your material side, letting go of the stress and strains of the world can be quite difficult for you, I think, because you like to get a lot of how would one put it? Not necessarily success, but results. You like to get good results, and it may be a bit of a stress and strain because you may not necessarily be able to measure those results as yet, or measure the success of this transition that we're all going through. But you have this good quality work when you're concentrated on what you're doing and you're not distracted. You have that quality work within you, and you will attract quality people who complement you around you. And I think this is where you're going to feel, and you're going to find your space and your real place, basically. And that's going to come through you, through your intuition. So as it changes very quickly through that Chariot card, you've got to use that intuition. Say goodbye to the ways and woes of the past. Start realizing what good quality work that you can do, that you do, and what good quality understanding you have within your field that you're working in. And all of a sudden, that inspiration and that sort of clear intuition that you can have within you is going to really make you go very quickly and advance in the world around you. And then you got the Empress card, giving birth to a whole new world. Sagittarius, giving birth to a whole new world. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. Do you know what? I've just done Sagittarius and I didn't do Scorpio. I've got to go back and do Scorpio, so I do apologise. Just realised that. Just thought I'd tell you, just in case. You might well be connected with a Scorpio, because I actually done this for you in your weekly reading last week. Scorpio came up a lot. So it may well be a connecting to a Scorpio, starting something completely new, connecting the body, mind and spirit, basically. This is what's going to be the future, the outcome of all of this. Okay? So thank you very much, Sagittarius. I will see you, when will I see you? I will see you on Friday night for your weekly on this channel. So yeah, it'd be lovely to see you, and I will also see you next week for the solar eclipse reading. So here we go. So in the meantime, Sagittarius, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Scorpio, sorry, it's all the rhythms are a little bit messed up. I missed you out. I do apologise. I really do apologise. Let's see how you connect into all of this. Let's see what's happening with you, Scorpio. How do you connect in the emotional sort of side of life? Four of Swords has been coming out for a lot. I think you're going to find your place. It's going to bring you harmony over stress and strains of what you've been experiencing over the last sort of like 3 or 4 weeks, I think. And, in this new logical progression, this connection with people and finding those people that fit with the logic that you've got, all of a sudden is going to make you feel like you found the new you, or you found your new place. And that's that death and rebirth. That is starting this whole sort of new thing. Make sure you're driven by your happiness as well. With the Lovers, you might, within this, this whole new logical thing, may spark a whole difference within you, which will transform your relationships that you have with other people. This could be with your family, your friends, or even your partner, or meeting someone that really does correspond to you in a very logical way. On the material side, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. You really seem to be getting a grip of this new logical way of doing things. And you've got that logical aspect of you, because you do have a lot of air in you in regards to the Astroflower. Yeah, it's going to make you dream, and the possibilities of tomorrow that could be, almost like miracles coming in of how quickly it advances. And because you realise you're on a new cycle, as it comes in quickly, you're going to be able to seize the opportunities and realise that actually you can go a lot further than you actually thought beforehand as you go into that new paradigm. With the Four of Wands, it's going to be a celebration. Could well be a new a new job. It could well be, you know, connecting to the world in a whole new way. That card there as well. Dreams and aspirations. Expression of, oh, that's really good. I love them two coming out together. You know, the Hierophant and the Hermit. It's basically, you've learned a lot of the world on every different type of level. Even on the dark side of your, you know, your shadow side, you've learned a lot. But also, you've learned a lot about how mechanically to put into place things in life that become very, very productive. And that's what it seems to be here. And you seem to have learned a lot of how to actually allow your relationships to blossom without putting too much pressure on it, basically. The overall outcome for you, Hierophant. I did shuffle. And let's just see if the... It's not, see? I did shuffle. And so, you know, it's understanding how you can apply your dreams and aspirations within the collective. That's basically what your overall outcome is. I think it's going to provide a really beautiful place for you if you get into this logical evolution and also approach it in a very open way, an enjoyment way, sharing the love, basically. So there you go, Scorpio. Thank you very much for being here. You do have your individual reading coming out on Thursday night for the weeklies. Yes, for you. And then obviously you've got that, then we'll have the solar eclipse reading next week as well, which is a 6-month reading. So I will see you over there for that. Thank you very much for being part of the Astroflower family. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Right, jumping on now to Capricorn. Capricorn. I almost feel like this is perfect for you because you've come out of this Pluto season. You're in this intermediate part because Pluto will be coming back into your sign in November. I think it's November, and then going back out again in January. And it's like this. It's if you've ever been surfing and you've got caught in a big wave, and you finally float to the surface, the first thing you do is obviously breathe. You go like that. And then you look for the shore and you kind of go, okay, the shore's there. And you turn around and you can see the next wave coming in. And it's going to set yourself. This is going to be this moment where, you know, and I think it's going to come out in your solar eclipse reading as well, which we'll have for you next week. And I think it's going to, this next 6 months is going to really set yourself. And it's just riding that waves as it comes through from November through to January. Once you've ridden that, you're a clear out and surfing. Let's just see what's going on in your relationship side. King of Cups. Having absolute control over your emotions, playing smart, leading with your heart. Start manifesting a whole bright new future, a whole bright new relationship sort of scenario with people that are around you. You got the Two of Wands. You're reiterating what the universe is trying to sort of say. So that makes you a really good connection with the universe. It makes you a good communicator as well. Organizing things, planning for the future, not getting emotionally tied up in knots about this in regards to your relationships. Yeah, really sort of like, and good quality work. Always with you, Capricorn. Good quality work, and you're going to bring it in other people that's good quality relationship work with you. Really nice within the relationship side. Very Capricorn. Capricorn has it's one of those signs that has like literally has a balanced number of elements across you. So you've pretty much got 25%, 25 of earth, fire, water and air. And you know, so you can play it across the board here and do some really good quality work, being very stable within your relationships, which would be quite nice. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is pretty much you. Reiterating the karmic path that it should be going down. And I think you're going to get into this new logical revolution, this idea of currency being based upon respect. Be careful not to try and take on too much. Sometimes Capricorns, you can do. And with this changing energy that's coming in very quickly, I think it's more of a case of letting go of a lot of stuff from the old world, basically. Yeah, it's going to make you feel a lot more at home and a lot more at ease within your workspace if you don't carry too much. It's going to, this frantic world we've been living in, that we've been shoved down our throats over the past 3 to 4 years, I think is basically it's seen its day, and this new logical revolution that's happening will mean that you need to unladen yourself in your world of not trying to do everything, concentrating on the things that really work. And once you realize that and you follow that logic, all of a sudden it's going to be a beautiful future for you. It's going to be a whole new future for you. And this is what I said. It's that transition point. It's that pivotal point between Pluto coming in and out of your sign till it finally goes out for 250 years or something like that. In January in 2024, January or February or something like that, is a new cycle. What's that new cycle all about? Being the best example of yourself, basically, Capricorn. So, yeah, living and searching your heart's desires as well. Reaching for your greater goals. Passionate goals within you. Okay? So there you go, Capricorn. Thank you very much for being with us. Don't forget, we do have your solar eclipse reading coming out next week. We also have your weekly, which will be coming out on Sunday. So I will see you over there for that. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy. Aquarius. How are you doing, Aquarius? Pluto's just moved into your sign, out of Capricorn and into Aquarius. So there's going to be a lot of truth bombs going off. And this is what this logical revolution is all about. Is a bit like truth bombs going out. Let's just see. You've been on fire, by the way. In your weekly readings and your monthly readings, I've seen some really good stuff. You seem to be really positioning yourself. Let's just see what's going on with you in regards to the relationship side. Queen of Swords. Most people have been getting the King of Swords here, but the Queen of Swords. So this is basically within your relationship side, having a real direction. Clear direction, being pushed on by this logical revolution, but without getting emotionally tying yourself up in knots, and being that person that can be very calm and collective when some of the emotions might be running riot, basically, but it's giving you clear direction. And there you go, you got the King of Cups as well, which is complete and utter control over the emotions as well. Plain sailing, really beautiful connection between those two, a real connection between your head and your heart. Scenario, so having a real logical revolution going on that sort of front, and with the High Priestess having that inner vision to respond to that task or that call to a mission that you can create going forward in regards to your relationships that are around you. Looks really nice. That I think that transition in this between the 11th and the 21st is going to be really beautiful for you. On the financial side, it's or the material side, it's raising up to, you're rising up to your calling, your righteous path, your evident path, which is that seven of cups at the top there, and this is where you're going to be responding to that calling, which is almost has got that mission over there as well, as it comes in quickly on the material side. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Loads of people have been getting the Ace of Pentacles. This calling is now going to set you off on a pathway which is a much longer fruit-bearing cycle for you. It's learning how to plant a seed, waiting for it to germinate, nurturing the plants, so eventually you get the fruits off it. It takes time. And these are longer term sort of things, and with a great deal amount of victories and possibilities for you, reflecting to that call of mission. There's a real call of mission within your material side. There's obviously something that you need to do here that's going to bring you in some really good rewards. Let's just see what the overall outcome is for you. Ten of Wands. Could be a lot of work. Try not to take on too much though. Don't forget, this new sort of logical revolution is built upon respect between people. So don't take on, don't take on too much work from other people that are around you. And as I was saying about the earlier on about the Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know this. You know how to bring beautiful, loving memories from the past so it can actually be provoking and creating this new paradigm that you're going to live in, and make sure it's happy, family orientated, and connecting to everything that is around you. Okay? Thank you very much for being with us, Aquarius. Thank you very much for being part of the Astroflower family. I will see you for your solar eclipse reading next week. And also you will have your weekly reading coming out on Thursday night as well. And we'll be going back into the auras and the chakras and stuff like that on this channel. So I will see you there for that. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Okay, moving on to Pisces. Pisces. How you doing, Pisces? Has it been a little bit difficult for you? Has it been this transition going into this new year, and all of a sudden this transition that's happening in April as well for you? I say the new year is the new year after your birthday. Let's just see how you're connecting with the relationships that are around you. Judgment card, very logical. This ties into the Knight of Swords here. This is also creating this new future. If it's based upon happiness and love, you're going to find you connect with people that actually correspond to you. And you're not going to waste your time with people that don't correspond to you. A very clear vision of where to go, and a very good control over your emotions, which seems to be a part that keeps coming out a lot within everybody's signs here, and a lot of socializing for you. So I think this 11th to the 21st of April, this sort of mid-April sort of section here, is going to make you feel really good about where you're going, and give you a sort of very clear standing in regards to your emotions, and connecting with people that seem to be speaking the same language with you. Let's see what's going on the material sort of side. There we go. We've got the Four of the Pentacles again. Here is, before you take that leap, you want to be absolutely sure, in a way, Pisces. And it's, don't spend your money frivolously. I think that's quite important, because you might well be disappointed. You've got to walk away from that past. And once you walk away from that past, you're going to be walking towards that Ace of Cups, which is going to ultimately feed in the evident direction, which is going to connect you to your higher self. Okay? So you've got the King of Cups on that side. Yeah, it might be a tricky transition, because you've been building up a lot of things in your material world around you. So doing this transition might be a little bit tricky for you, but if you keep control over your emotions, I think you're going to come out of this okay. I think you're going to come out of this well. Let's just see what the relationship side there. Emperor, complete and utter control over yourself. Also, being able to have a forceful energy, but not forceful as in imposing. It's just forceful as in having lots of strength and conviction about your direction. And then you've got the Devil card at the top, Capricorn card, but it's this financial side. I think it's a case of here is concentrating on where you're going, getting almost obsessed about getting it absolutely peachy. I'm going to pull one last one for you, Pisces. You're having a real bonus compared with everybody else. Sunshine and happiness. That's where you should be going. There you go, Pisces. Thank you very much. Don't forget, you've got your... I hope you got the best out of this reading, by the way. Thank you very much for being part of the Astroflower family. You will have your solar eclipse reading coming out next week. And also your weekly reading coming out on the Friday night. In the meantime, it's just left for me to say thank you very much for being here. Don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.